Gents, I just want to pause the episode for a moment to let you know about the Strong Men of Value Academy. You will have heard me refer to it a number of times, and I want to bring more attention to it. So this isn't just a program, it's a life-changing environment and community of men who are focused on personal and professional growth. We're looking at areas of relationships, wealth, and health, things to help you thrive and maximize your life. Imagine having bi-monthly one-on-one coaching sessions with myself, weekly group coaching calls, and an incredible brotherhood of high achievers by your side. Now we're diving into resilience, leadership, and holistic growth to not just succeed in your career, but to thrive in your health and your relationships. Your journey to greatness, it starts here. So join the movement and you can apply for the Strong Men of Value Academy. You can head to themanthatcanproject.com to find out more.
You're listening to the Man That Can Project with Lachie Stuart, a global movement created to empower men and open up what's really going through their minds by having real and raw conversations about life's unique challenges and our individual ways of processing it all. Welcome to the Man That Can Project.
Welcome back, guys. My name's Lachie Stuart, and I'm the founder and host of the Man That Can Project and the podcast. And if you're tuning in for the first time, please hit that subscribe button just so you get notified every time a new episode comes up with our incredible guests, or a few solo sessions from myself discussing things that I am continually talking to within the inner circle community of the Man That Can Project. So real life challenges that us as men face and how we're overcoming them, and I guess different perspectives around how all of us men perceive them. So there's a lot of value on these episodes, also in the inner circle group. So if you're not in the inner circle or even just the free Facebook group, head over to Facebook and search the Man That Can Project and make sure you select the group, join, and I look forward to connecting with you guys in there. Or if you want to just jump straight into the inner circle, you can do that on a 7-day free trial. Head over to the website, themanthatcanproject.com/inner circle. All right, so let's talk about today's topic, opportunity cost, right? Or opportunity and consequences of making decisions. This has been on my mind a lot this morning, based around people that I speak to in my life, and some of them are doing incredible things, right? And they take ownership and responsibility for everything that's happening well in their life and everything that maybe isn't going as well in their life. And then we've got the flip side, where there are people who refuse to take responsibility of the things that aren't going well in their life. They look to blame time, they look to blame lack of resources, they look to blame people as to why things aren't going quite the way that they want them, right? Which to me screams victim, right? And I have been there, so I'm going to elaborate more on that in a moment. But they do love to accept responsibility when things are going well, right? They love to have the praise me when things are going well, but it's everyone else's fault when things aren't going well. And this can be from a number of reasons, but I know full well why I did it. From my own experience, when I blamed everyone else, it was because I couldn't acknowledge what was, I guess, an area of growth for me. I wanted to be seen as having my shit together. I wanted to be seen as successful. I wanted to be seen as the go-to man, yet underneath, I was bubbling with frustration and I was very insecure, and I knew full well that I had to make some changes. And looking back, lacking the ability to acknowledge exactly where I was kept me stuck for much longer than I probably should have been, and it's probably hindered where I could have been. And I know for a lot of us out there, we have an idea of where we'd love to be in life, and for some of us even reflecting on that, it's easy to say, oh, I could have been there, or you may turn to the person to the right of you and go, yeah, I wish I could have been there as well. And it's very easy to not get comfortable with where we're at, right? And I guess that's why it brings me back to today's topic of conversation and opportunity cost. Okay, in every moment in life, there is the opportunity to grow, or there is, I guess, the consequence of remaining stuck. And a lot of it comes down to one perspective, two, being open to trying new things, maybe taking risks, seeing things in a certain perspective. However, when we are informed on these decisions, we need to have a clear idea or a clear understanding of what we want to achieve for the future. And let me give you an example just so it really sinks in. There's been plenty of times in my life where people have offered me opportunities, and let's fly back to 2011, around that, no, probably later, 2013. And I was very fortunate at that point in time. I just moved back from France, and a guy who I was doing some driving for his mining company, obviously highly successful individual financially in the business realm. And knowing what I know now, I wish I had asked more questions. I wish I had tried to dive inside his mind and really understand what it took to grow a business to that level, to I guess create jobs for people, to do, I guess, have financial stability. Yet where I was at in my life, I didn't even look at it like that. An opportunity that could have helped me so much now that I'm in the stage of business, I didn't take advantage of. I didn't see the opportunity there. I chose to just carry on with my day, rock up to work, drive the ute, and then go home, never ask questions. And I think about the opportunity cost and how much that potentially could have, opened my eyes, to maybe increase my networks with people that may have been able to help my business moving forward. And, that's just a specific example of opportunity cost. Are we aware, and are we being open-minded to potentially what's out there that could change your life? And as I mentioned at the start of this, every decision we make creates opportunity for something. And, obviously when we make a decision, we're sacrificing something else. So if you're not certain around where you want to be in the 8 areas of life, and for those who haven't listened to the 8 areas webinar or watched the 8 areas webinar, this is why you definitely want to get in that free Facebook group, The Man That Can Project, and watch the 8 areas webinar on the pinned post so you understand this. Right? Life is holistic. And for such a long time, as men, we've focused primarily on being the protector and the provider, right? So I think about climbing the corporate ladder, or just creating a successful career, or even just getting paid, right? Rocking up to work to get paid. And also from that point is the financial success. So 2 key areas, career mission, and finances. We focus so much on that, we forgot the other 6 areas, or maybe not even forgot, we've just neglected them. And when things fall so far behind, we lose parts of ourselves and we start feeling unfulfilled, right? There are many men that I speak to and I coach, and also myself, I've asked this of myself at times, that go, there's got to be more to life than the way I'm currently living it. This can't be all I've been put here to do. I feel like I have so much more to give, right? There's stuff like that I think all the time, and I know a lot of other men think. And here's the thing, it's fucking true. You do have more to give. Life is more than just money and work. Yes, you can find it incredibly fulfilling, incredibly, fulfilling and then thriving career that you're really passionate about. However, there's also other components to your life which also can, you can find passion in, you can find fulfillment in. And I believe in ultimately to find true happiness and to find absolute fulfillment, you need to acknowledge these areas, right? From family to relationships to physical health to your mental well-being, your emotional well-being. And you need to be clear on what that looks like for you in an ideal world, right? Where do you want that to be? Because when you're clear on that, guys, it helps you make better decisions. It helps you understand the opportunity cost. Right? For me now, with where I'm at in my life, I know exactly what I want, or I have an idea, right? I'm not going to say anything is absolute, because maybe when I start working towards it, things change. I realize I don't like it, or maybe something happens in my life and I need to change, right? Priorities change. I get that. But I have an idea of where I want to be in those areas. Because I understand that, it makes it easier to make decisions that are going to support me getting there. Right? So if you have an idea of how you know, what happiness is for you, right? Or the kind of lifestyle that you want to lead, or how you want to be as a parent or as a mate, or even just as an individual, right? I know for myself, I want to continue growing, right? I want to be a role model. I want to be happy, fulfilled. I want to be a loving partner. And I know that for me to do that, I have to continue learning about how to love more. I have to learn how to, improve my communication, improve certain elements that go into a relationship. I have to continue to empower and inspire myself. Because if I'm doing this, it creates a ripple effect. Now, it's the decisions that go into doing that is where the opportunity cost comes in. All right, so let's look at this, and let's use something that a lot of people can relate to. Let's say, for example, you want to earn $100,000 per annum in your life. And your current role, right, you might be as an employee, right, and I'll share my experience with this. When I was employed as a chippy, I was earning $22 an hour. All right, and I wanted to earn $100,000. So let me get my calculator out here. I wish I could do this math off the top of my head. 100,000 divide 22. I had to work 4,545 hours a year, right? That's what trading my time for money was worth to do that. Right? And we know, obviously, 24 hours times 365. Now, that's half of the time I need to be working to achieve that. Now, it's possible. It is. But you think about that many hours into a day. So let's divide 4,545, divide 365. And that's 12 hours a day, or 12 and a half hours a day I needed to be working 7 days a week, 365 days a year to achieve that goal. Okay? And you can put this across any aspect of your life, right? How make your relationship measurable in terms of the feeling that you want to have, or what it takes, date nights or anything like that. But work out what it is. And think about this, right? If I know from using this, that financial example I gave just a moment ago, if I have to work 12 hours and a half every single day of the year, what's the opportunity cost if a mate says, hey, let's take the day off and go fishing? Now, two things can go through my mind here. I can say, yeah, that'd be awesome. That's awesome. Let's do it. But the opportunity cost of saying yes to the fishing now means I'm 12 hours behind achieving my goal. So that's where we need to weigh up what's most important and where do you want to be in the long term. Is 100,000 with no lifestyle what you want? Or do you want a little bit of lifestyle sprinkled in there? And then you can start asking yourself, and this is what I had to ask myself, this is what really began my entrepreneurial journey. And, within that entrepreneurial journey became the mental health aspects and the emotional well-being aspects of going, I can't continue to keep working for this much an hour. I believe my time is worth more than that. I don't want to work 4,545 hours a year to achieve the financial goal that I believe I need to have to create a lifestyle that I want. So I said, I need to work out how to become more valuable. And that's when I said, righto, in order to become more valuable, what has to happen? I have to, one, be able to provide a lot of value to a lot of people. What does that look like? Where's my interest? And that's when, obviously I fell into the personal development space and started reading more. I started saying yes to more things. I started networking more. And the opportunity cost of making the sacrifices of, rather than drinking like I had been doing and partying a lot, the opportunity that I saw and the sacrifice that I made, which was sacrificing the partying and everything else, the opportunity came as a result of me investing my time, learning more and getting myself around a different environment and saying yes to things that I normally wouldn't have. And so I want you to think about this, guys. In every aspect of your life, there's opportunity cost. You just need to be really clear on what it is that you want from your life to learn out, be clear on whether it's a good choice or it's a poor choice. For me personally, had I continued partying and doing everything like that, I know it would have been the cost would have been huge if I'd have continued doing that for a number of reasons. My mental and emotional well-being would have been shot like it was. I didn't enjoy who I was as a person. I was very insecure and self-conscious, and my life was not very good. Financially, I was struggling. Relationships, I continued to cheat, lie, and manipulate, so they weren't doing very well. I had no purpose and passion behind why I was doing things, so that was not very fun. Right, so just that alone, the opportunity cost was huge had I continued to keep partying and focusing on that element of my life, having fun all the time. So I'm glad I made the sacrifice of that and, created different opportunities in my life now, and it's got my life to a different position. And I really want more and more men to really understand that, because if you're at a crossroads, think about every decision that you make. Some of them are significant and others aren't, right? Like, what am I going to eat today? That probably, I wouldn't say it has a huge impact on your life. It may if you consistently choose the KFC. But, when we look at setting your life up towards where you would like to be, get clear on those 8 areas, gents. Really take the time to do that. So I highly urge you investing the 45 minutes into watching that webinar, right? And this is where we learn to invest, right? So opportunity cost. You invest 45 minutes of your time. Some sacrifices you might make. It may mean that you don't get to watch Netflix tonight. It may mean that you stay up 45 minutes later, or you get up 45 minutes earlier. But the opportunity cost that comes with doing it, right? If you get clear on what you want in the 8 areas and you can start building a plan and understanding what you need to learn or what has to happen in order for you to get towards those outcomes, that's fucking priceless, because that's how you start creating the life that you want. Right? When you create the life that you want, you're happier, you're more fulfilled, you're on purpose. Right? People are inspired by you. So I figured this all out from my own experience in the early years, and I wasn't aware of this. I wasn't aware of how I wanted my life to be. I hadn't made decisions around it, but the moment that I got clear on it, the opportunities started opening up because I knew what was more beneficial for me to say yes to. Okay, and I knew things that I needed to cut out of my life for the time being to achieve the goals or get closer to creating the lifestyle that I wanted to live, because I just couldn't be that unhappy, unhealthy guy walking and going through the motions anymore. I didn't want to do that anymore. So think about, guys, every, significant decisions, or even just start questioning more of the decisions that you make. What's the goal or the outcome that saying yes to this could provide me? Is that what I want? Could it be done in a more efficient way? How will it change my life if I say yes to this and the outcome that I'm intending to get happens? How will it change my life if I say no to that? Right? Massive improvements on my life, massive changes on my life from saying no to certain things and certain people. People are losing out by waiting. So if you're sitting there listening to this, and this is the 260th or 60 odd podcasts that you've listened to from the Man That Can Project, or just podcasts in general, and you haven't taken action on anything, what's the opportunity cost of not taking action? Man, I want you to succeed. It's why I'm committed to continually, trying to make the Man That Can Project better, to continually sharing what's working well for me and my experiences and clients, and just having the incredible guests that we have on, because I know what it feels like to be stuck. And I know life doesn't have to be like that if we're prepared to chase the opportunities. So what can you do to make better decisions? You can ask yourself better questions. You can create a better environment for yourself. You can just start taking action. Yeah, you're going to fumble along the way. You're going to make some poor decisions. I've done that and I continue to do that. But you're going to get better. You're going to get faster at making decisions. You're going to get faster at doing your due diligence. You're going to be able to have a better intuition around the kinds of people that you want to be around and the kinds of people that you don't. Everything's going to be faster. Trust me on that. So please, gents, start thinking about the opportunity costs of the decisions that you're making, because your life is exactly how it's supposed to be right now based on the decisions that you're making. And if you've got the opportunities and if you've got the lifestyle that you're excited to be living, that's off the back of the great decisions that you're making. If your life isn't where you want it to be, that's also off the back of the decisions that you're choosing to make. So if you don't like the outcome, start getting better at making better decisions, or maybe start just investing time in educating, reading more books, join the Inner Circle program, listen to podcasts, talk to people who have the results that you want. Just get after it. Stop sitting back. Life is too short to sit back. The opportunity cost of sitting back means you're going to have a life where you don't feel like you've contributed to anything bigger than yourself. And all of us have something to give. We all have value to give. We just need to spend the time to bloody blow the dust off it and recognize what that is, and then build the confidence around it ourselves to deliver that to the world. Opportunity cost. It is a big thing. Thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, leave a review, share this with a mate that needs to hear it, and hit that subscribe button. I look forward to connecting with you guys in our Facebook community, or if you choose to slide into the DMs, I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you for listening to the Man That Can Project podcast. My name is Lachie Stuart, and I hope you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful. If you did, please take a moment to rate and review the Man That Can Project on your favorite podcast platform. And don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with our newest episodes. We'll see you again next time.